This is Couples Court with the Cutlers.
This is the case of Lures versus Kozak. Miss Kozak, you all are dating. This is your first significant relationship in some years, and you had a prior appearance in this court as an accused.
Yes, Your Honor.
But you fear issues of infidelity with Mr. Kozak are now appearing in your relationship.
Yes.
Tell us why you've opened this case.
Okay, Your Honor. So I know that Will is cheating on me. You know, I've been here before. I've done this. All the tall tale signs are there. And, you know, I'm praying that it's not true because I do love him and I want to continue building this relationship. But I'm about to renew my lease and I don't want to make the mistake adding him to my contract if he's cheating on me.
So you got some stuff at risk.
Mr. Kozak, she says you're cheating on her. What do you have to say about that?
I'm here to prove that I'm not, and I'm being faithful.
So you're like, this is not me.
It's not me. I think she's paranoid, and she's worried for all the wrong reasons, because her past relationships hurt her.
Well, and she says this is her first long-term relationship, so, you know, she is wanting this relationship to work out. She wants to believe that you're not cheating, but she says the warning signs are there, the telltale signs, because she has stood where you're standing right now.
If she believed that she wanted this to work, we wouldn't be here right now.
All right, but you, Miss Lewis, said you see the warning signs. You've been here and done that. Tell me what warning signs you see.
Okay, first, Your Honor, in the beginning of our relationship, we're very intimate, like every day, multiple times a day.
Oh,
and
boy.
Now all of a sudden, we laying in bed, he's turning away from me, and I'm like, you know, let's do something. He's like, I'm tired, I'm not in the mood.
I started working a lot more, too, you know, from the beginning, too, and I didn't have this job from the beginning. But now I got a new job, I work more hours, and I'm exhausted. And, you know, I don't always want to come home and have sex with her. I'm sorry. You know, I'm be tired, and I know I do things all day, every day, not just work. I got other priorities.
Mr. Kozak, you know, the court papers indicate that you're 23 years old.
Man, if you ain't doing it now, you ain't never gonna do it.
I
mean, Ron, am I wrong?
Not lying.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, at 23, you should have boundless energy.
Yeah, especially for that activity.
If you're not gonna have it at 23, you're not gonna have it at 53, I can tell you.
Can you tell him at 53?
Oh, at 53, you know, you still have some energy, don't get me wrong, right?
I was like, I haven't missed a beat. I was like, what have I missed? Okay, all right, but it's a difference.
You gotta put some extra work into it.
All right.
Yeah.
That's how you work out, Mr.
Yeah,
Keller.
that's why I work out, you know,
All right.
stay in shape, hit the treadmill. You gotta put some extra work
All
into
right,
it.
well, I appreciate it.
At 23, it should come naturally.
So, those are your warning signs. Have you seen any, or do you have any evidence that supports that he's cheating actually?
Oh, yeah.
All right, tell me about
Like,
that.
one time when we finally were being intimate, he's on top of me, you know, we're getting into it, and I lean up to go kiss on his neck, and here I see in the light a hickey.
You're sure it was a hickey?
Oh, like, that's definitely what it looked like.
Where was it?
On his, like, shoulder, neck.
Right here, like on the collarbone.
Yeah, that's what I meant, collarbone.
Okay, go ahead, look.
Are you saying that's not where you put it? I mean, what are you saying?
No, I know for a fact it wasn't for me. We ain't had sex in weeks.
Oh.
And the hickey don't last that long.
Oh.
Okay, all right.
Okay. All right, so you have a demonstration about this hickey.
Yes.
All right, Ron, would you go help our litigant with this demonstration?
Mr. Kozak, you know.
You've been working out.
Yeah. that vest covers a lot. So where exactly did you see the hickey on Mr. Kozak?
Right.
Is that lipstick?
It was like that, right there on the, kind of like on the collarbone.
Yeah.
Mr.
Wait, hold on. Was it a fresh hickey or what? Did it look like it was fading? What did it look like?
It looked fresh. Like, you know how bruises are colored, like purple and stuff? It was like red.
Oh.
All right, Mr. Kozak.
This incident happened right after I got off work, and you know, I tried to explain to her, she wasn't accepting any answers, but, you know, it happened while I was at work lifting a box, you know, in and out of the freezer.
Were you getting hickeys while you're lifting boxes?
It wasn't hickey, it was a bruise to my shoulder.
Okay.
Because I'm left-handed and I hold a box a different way, and it's full of frozen products.
Yeah, and you were
heavy.
working with no shirt on.
No.
And there was no tear on your shirt.
A box doesn't
But
make
it bruised you that
A box
bad, right?
doesn't make a tear in a shirt.
And you brought a box. Would you like to demonstrate how you got this bruise?
Yes, I would.
On your collarbone that, Miss Lewis thinks is a hickey.
I carry it like this, and so I can see where I'm going, and I don't drop it, and I don't bump into anything in the
How you see
restaurant.
past that?
But the problem is the hickey's on the other side. See, she put it on your left side.
Damn, can't even get your story in line.
Well, her story's out of line then.
Now, are you sure that was from the box?
I'm sure.
That's his story, Color.
He's sticking with it.
He's sticking to it. All right, do you have any other reason to believe that Mr. Kozak is cheating?
Yes, the lying about work.
The lying
So-
about work.
In the beginning of our relationship, he worked like part-time hours, 30 hours a week at the most.
Okay.
Shortly after, he had started working full-time hours plus some overtime, which is fine, no problem, more money.
Right.
So I get on our account, we have a shared account, bank account, and I checked it when he got paid, and the money didn't increase.
Huh.
So I asked him about it, and he's like, oh, well, they're taking more taxes since I'm making more money. Okay,
Which is reasonable.
Yeah,
It's
but
reasonable, but is it true?
If I'm in the right tax bracket, it is reasonable, and it is true.
But that night, I had been cleaning the house and had found his work bag with his pay stubs in it. And these hours definitely were not matching up with what he was claiming he was working.
So did you ever go and confirm that he's working when he says he's working? Have you ever done that?
Actually, when that happened, I had started sending my niece Desiree to his work to check up on him.
Okay. And so did she see him at work?
That's what she claims,
Mr. Kozak, I mean,
because he needed some
All these
alone time.
accusations and of her just thinking I'm cheating, honestly, I wanted to get away from her. She would drive me crazy, and I couldn't stand it.
coupled with everything else, I mean, you can understand why she thinks that you're keeping time with somebody else, right?
Oh, I understand why, but it's not true.
And she's even said she sent her niece up there to see if you were at work.
And I was there, and I called her out on it too.
What does your niece say about your relationship with Mr. Kozak?
Oh, she absolutely agrees with me. She tells me that he's definitely cheating. She knows the signs, she's been there, and she told me that I should leave him.
Well, we have your side, your boyfriend's side, and we have your niece's side. She is here to testify. How are you, Miss Massey?
I'm good. How are you?
Good, good. Now, you were here before, is that correct?
Yes.
And you were accusing your aunt of cheating with your boyfriend, is that correct?
Correct.
All right, let's go to the clip.
I suspect that he is cheating on me with my aunt.
Your blood relative.
Blood relative.
Why would you think that your aunt is sleeping with your boyfriend?
Well, because she's done it before.
So how has your relationship with your aunt been since you left court?
Since leaving court, me and Cassie's relationship was okay. I mean, it didn't really go back to the way it was because, obviously, after leaving here, they had both admitted to sleeping together. Now, when she admitted it finally, I had already broken up with him. So, I mean, I was hurt, but I was okay with it because I knew he was trash anyway. She still comes to me and confides in me with her problems and everything. I just wouldn't say it is what it used to be.
But you all grew up, if I remember, like sisters. You all were very close.
That is correct.
And she still sees you as a confidant. Even though it may not be what it was, you all, I would still say, it sounds like you still have a close relationship.
Oh yeah, at the end of the day, I'll always have her back, to an extent.
Well, your aunt has testified that you believe that Mr. Kozak is cheating on her.
That is correct.
Right, so who do you believe he's cheating with?
I'm gonna let him tell you guys that.
All right?
Mr. Kozak?
I don't know what she's talking about.
We have done a complete investigation to get to the bottom of this, to find out the answers. At this time, the court would like to call former military interrogator Lena Cisco to find out, is he cheating? Rob, would you bring her in? How are you, Miss Cisco?
I am well, Your Honor. How are you?
I'm good. It's good to see you, as always.
Thank you.
Tell us what you did to investigate this case.
So I first had the accused write a witness statement, and I went through it looking for any indicators of truthfulness and deception. And then I studied their case files, and I put together an interview plan, and then I interviewed Mr. Kozak to see if he was cheating on Miss Lewis.
All right, Mr. Kozak, you're looking down, you got a weird smile on your face. Do you have something you need to tell this court, and more importantly, Miss Lewis?
Yes, there is actually.
All right.
Last December, when me, you, and Desiree got drunk and you passed out, me and her had sex.
That's what we on.
So, Mr. Kozak, are you saying this was just a one-time thing you're now confessing, or what's going on?
Why are you smiling like it's funny?
Well, I got a hold of her a couple days later to see if it was just a one-time thing, and, you know, it was a recurring thing. And it happened more than once.
So you've been having sex with her niece?
Yes, I have.
Since December?
Yes.
Ms. Massey, is that true?
That is completely true. I have receipts.
You have receipts?
I have proof.
Oh,
These are text messages between who and who?
Me and Mr. Kozak.
all right.
He wrote, I can't wait for all this to come out so we can finally be together. I hate acting like I'm happy. I just want to be with you.
I know, baby boy. You just got to get up the nerve to tell her. She's going to be mad, but oh well.
I'm going to marry you one day.
You wrote these?
Yes, I did.
Well, wait, there's more.
I love you.
I love you more.
Hey, Daddy, how was work?
It was good. Just wish I could have came home to you.
One day, baby, one day.
I know it can't come soon enough, though.
Miss
Right? I feel
Lewis,
sick.
I mean, this has to be a complete, utter shock to you.
Oh yeah, like I definitely thought we were past this. 2 years. You waited that long? And you hid it from me, and this is how you're gonna bring it out to me?
I wanted to tell you forever ago. He was the one that didn't want to hurt you.
Okay, we're family.
I've
you
been
could have
waiting
told
to
me.
jump on the
We
opportunity
coulda-
to tell you.
We could have did
Okay,
this.
was this payback for what happened before?
No.
You're sure?
I mean, it crossed my mind in the beginning, but like I said, we both got drunk, and it happened.
That was the first time. What about the second time, the third time, the fourth time, and all the other times?
Sometimes you just get addicted.
So, Mr. Kozak, it wasn't work that was tiring you out. It was trying to juggle these two women. That was what was exhausting you.
But what about when...
She's done it 5 times to me. Why should I feel bad?
So it is a revenge thing?
It was in the beginning, yes, but not now. No.
So you are testifying that you're in love with Mr. Kozak?
I am.
And you want to be with him?
We are going to be together.
And Mr. Kozak, so I guess the hard question, the question du jour. When you walk out of this courtroom, who you going home with?
Oh, that's no question.
right.
You're going home with Miss Massey.
Yes, I am.
You got your stuff packed?
It'll
I
be
do.
at your mom's before you get home.
Half of it's already at my house anyway.
This is bad.
Yeah, I was done 2 years ago. I thought we were over it, you know?
Of course you were after you hurt me over and over and over.
Oh, because I did it
over and
intentionally.
over again. Oh,
yeah,
you.
I
Hold on, wait a
didn't
minute.
feel bad
How do you
for hurting
accidentally
you.
sleep with your niece's boyfriend 5 times?
Okay, yeah, and I understand that. I made my mistakes.
Okay, but I don't want to hear that. I
apologize.
didn't intentionally think. I was actually drunk. I actually made a mistake. I continued to do it because I wanted to.
Okay.
I'm not claiming that that was a mistake. The first time it was a mistake. We shouldn't have continued it, but we fell in love. You can't help who you love.
Okay.
The difference is you intentionally sober screwed 5 of my boyfriends, proceeded a relationship with 2. 1 lasted almost 5 months.
But Miss Massey, if
Yeah.
you already know what that feels like, you've done the same thing. And
And
2 wrongs don't make it right.
I wanted to tell her after the first time. I didn't, out of respect for him.
You all have known each other for over 40 years. You've known each other since you were teenagers.
Yes.
You've been married 8 years, but you, Mr. Fisher, believe that your bride is cheating. What is at stake if that is true?
Well, Your Honor, I took care of this woman from head to toe. And if I find out today that this woman has cheated on me, after me being so good to her, if I find out today that she cheated on me, this marriage is over.
You done?
I'm done.
Well, it's pretty clear, Mr. Cutler. He is done.
I know. Miss Fisher, you got a man who says he takes care of you. How do you respond to that?
No, sir. This man is crazy. I've never cheated on him. I've loved him since I was 15 years old. I'm very faithful, I'm very honest, and I'm submissive to this man.
Oh.
And have been.
All right. Now, you all keep talking about all these years that you've known each other. Tell me, how did you all meet?
Well, Your Honor, we met when we was kids. I used to live on the street where I grew up on.
Uh-huh.
And I used to be hanging out with my little partners on the street, and I'd be like, man, that's a bad little old baby right there, man. I gotta get that. And so, man, I just watched her for it, and then I went over to her one day when they was going to church, and I said, man, why don't you go out with me? She's like, man, I'm not going out with you unless you go to church.
So then?
Then one day I seen him going to church, and I was dressed kind of nice that day, so I went up in the church, and I sat where she can see me, and she seen me, her eyes got kind of big, and she smiled. I said, yeah, I'm in now, I'm gonna get this date. She went out with me, man. I was in love ever since, man. We was just inseparable, man.
So,
Miss Fisher, were you bluffing when you said that? Were you thinking
No.
there's no way in the world he's gonna show up in church?
I knew he wasn't gonna come because he was a bad boy. And this man was my first. I lost my virginity to him.
Oh,
And
all right.
I fell in love with his intelligence.
All right, so we got this beautiful thing. You get him to go to church. You all have been together since then, or what happened?
No, actually, Your Honor, we had a 20-year breakup between them because when I was younger, she cheated on me. We had a baby, we was living life, we was living good. And this woman broke my heart, man, cheated on me, man. I could never forget when I left her.
And your heart was tore up.
Still tore up over it.
Tears come to your eyes.
Yes, ma'am.
The hurt and the wound was that deep.
It's still there.
You know, you talk about time healing all wounds. This wound is still fresh.
20 years, you love somebody like you. I loved her, man. It's like cut your heart in half, man. You get somebody, you just think a queen. She was a church girl and the nice, I just was in love with her, man. And when she cheated on me, man, it just tore me apart.
So, Miss Fisher, how does it make you feel to see that it still hurts him that you cheated on him in the past?
It breaks my heart. I mean, it was a mistake that I made, and I've been regretting it since from then until now. And I tried to ease that pain, and I tried to ease his heart by letting him know that I love him and I would never cheat on him. It's been over 30-something years ago, and he still has that same pain. And I've been faithful. I've been loyal.
So
he still don't believe me. So that's why we're here.
All right, so you have this horrible breakup, it sounds like, for over 20 years.
Yes, ma'am.
How did you reconnect? I mean, because I'm thinking the way you welling up, you would be like, I don't ever want to see her again. So how did you get back together?
Well, Your Honor, it was out the blue. She just called me one night, man. I was like, who is this? She said, Patricia. I said, what? And then my heart started beating. Because this is the girl that I was messed up.
This is the one.
Over. Man, she called me and I was like, I got to have her back.
Really?
I got to, and we hooked back up, and man, I married her like 30 days after we got back together.
Wow. 30 days later, you all were married.
Married.
Whoa.
I always knew she was a girl for me, but I just believe she doing the same thing she did to me when she was a kid.
So Miss Fisher, after 20 years, what made you decide to pick up the phone and start dialing, and how did that come about?
Well, I got tired. I was in a lot of bad relationships, and I got to thinking, I said, my first love was always good to me. And I called him, and ever since then, we've been together.
So you knew. It's like swans. Swans have one mate. That's
Yes,
it.
ma'am.
I don't care what, even if the other swan dies, that swan will never get with another swan.
Yes, ma'am.
So he's your swan.
He is my swan. He is my everything. He's my protector. He's everything to me.
Everything should be happily ever after, but it's not. Why? What happened?
Well, Your Honor, as our marriage carried on, I'm working hard, taking care of her. You know, I trusted her for a while. I mean, I guess I had a little trust for her. One night we laying in the bed, because we sleep, you know, close, cuddled up and everything. So one night the phone call ring. I'm wondering who called in my house at 2 o'clock in the morning, my wife's phone.
Right.
So, you know, I got my ear open. I hear his voice, I say, who is that on the phone? So when she described who's on the phone, it's the same ex on the phone that she cheated on me with when we was kids. He on us, but check this out, y'all. Now listen to this. It ain't just a phone number on the phone. The dude's name is in the phone, so you got to program that in your phone for him to talk to you. And she says she don't have no communication with her exes.
Oh.
What he did was he called in regards to a family member that had gotten into some trouble. And I explained that to my husband. I even put him on the phone with the man. And he still didn't believe me.
Did you actually talk to the ex?
Yeah, I told him don't call her phone no more.
Yeah, well, I understand that.
It was easy enough for you and Mr. Fisher to rekindle.
Yes.
It would be equally easy enough for you and his ex to rekindle what you had.
No, because what me and Mr. Fisher had were totally different. This guy was just one time and that's it.
Yeah.
Where his insecurities are coming from is he cheated the whole marriage, is what he's not telling you. That's where his insecurities are coming from.
Before we start deflecting, I want to know, do you have any other concerns about this ex or any other ex?
I got some more concerns, another reason why I think she's cheating.
Okay, tell me about it.
Can I go to the board and show you?
Sure.
Yes, sir. Step over, please.
Go on over there.
So I'm gonna lie on
What
this.
we got?
Go on.
Okay, Your Honor. She's sitting on the side of the bed, putting on her hygienes or whatever. I look on her back, there's scratches on her back. How you get scratches on your back? It's like, I don't know. What scratches you talking about? So I take her to the mirror. I tell her to turn around and look in the mirror. She look in the mirror. Oh, them scratches probably got in there when I was in the shower or something. Watch this, Your Honor. The scratches is in this area, up and down. That's where your scratches should be.
If you're scratching
your own back.
Okay.
Because you reaching back here doing this.
Right. Watch this, Your Honor. The scratches that was on her back was going like this. Indicating that I was in some passion and pulling when these scratches got up in my back.
Oh.
Oh, so they were horizontal, like somebody was reaching
Sean,
around.
They in her back like somebody done been, you know, embracing her.
in.
Yeah.
When Mr.
Okay, you
Fisher
just step back.
thank you, sir.
Yes, ma'am.
Mrs. Fisher?
Yes, ma'am.
When he asked you and suggested that this had happened, what was your response?
I looked at him like he was crazy because I'm
See?
double jointed. So I have a medical condition, so my skin is always itching. So I can reach my own back. Here.
No, you don't
here,
scratch. Don't nobody
here.
scratch their back coming
My back,
across like this way
it
up in the
itches-
middle. Come
it
on.
itches
Are you
all the
serious?
time.
Now, Mrs. Fisher?
Yes, ma'am.
You said that you think that the reason he's throwing all these accusations, you deflected. And you said it's him.
It's him. It's been him.
Tell me about that.
Well, the first time I noticed that Mr. Fisher had been cheating on me is a young lady came in my driveway honking her horn. Oh, she just kept honking like she was crazy. She just kept honk.
At your home?
Yes, so I'm in my driveway. So I'm looking out the window like, who is this? He's like, oh, I'll go out there and see who it is. I looked, they was gone. I looked across the walkway. They was back in the on the side of the road. I guess he was arguing with her about coming to my house.
I got an explanation for my cheating, though, Your Honor.
Huh?
Okay, so it was cheating.
Yeah, I have cheated. I cheated on her a bunch of times.
But you cheated on her a bunch of times.
Yes, sir.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Are you telling me you have brought your wife here, accusing her of cheating, and this entire marriage you have been cheating?
Look
Yes,
at my,
ma'am.
look what she done to me, Your Honor.
Is that a yes or a no?
Yes, ma'am.
You got some real gall
you.
coming up in my courtroom, crying and everything, and accusing her, and you doing what you doing dirt on your own.
Because she done did me like she done did me, Your Honor. I got to have somebody if we don't end up
I
making.
got a
So,
friend. May I
so
say
Mr. Fisher,
something?
is that the only reason you got back with her so you could get back at her?
Yes.
Probably. It probably is, Your Honor.
Really?
You're right. It could be.
So love ain't
But I
got
love
nothing to
her
do with
though.
this.
But if she proved to me that she ain't cheating, she ain't hurt me like she hurt me when I was a kid, it's gonna be fixed. But right now, my insecurities got me doing what I do.
So you don't love this woman.
You just assuming that if she passes the test, she's gonna have you after this.
Yes,
If
ma'am.
I was her, I'd be like deuces.
Your Honor. But see, you don't understand, Your Honor.
I got proof right here.
Did you? Okay, let me ask this. Did you know about this beforehand?
Well, after I got in his phone, I found those.
Okay, so
And that
this,
was last month.
this is from his phone. It's a text message from another woman, and it reads, "I don't want to lose you, but always remember that I do love you."
And this was last month.
Yes, ma'am.
And this is from some woman he's been seeing.
Yes.
Yes. I ain't gonna lie, Your Honor, I've been cheating.
How many different women?
I can't count them.
Can you give me a ballpark?
About 10, 15.
10 or 15 women.
Yes, sir.
And you don't feel any remorse about this.
Not at all.
I mean, this is.
It sounds like the whole purpose for him getting back with her is so he could take the superior position. And it's like, well, I took you back so I get to do what I want to do. I took you back, I provide for you so I can do whatever I want to do, but you can't do what you want to do. That's what it sounds like.
This is the pinnacle of petty. I mean, I ain't never seen more petty than this.
I mean, I'm a truthful man, Your Honor. Every person I ever cheated on her with, if she asked me, I done told the truth. I told her about it.
I'm a good woman, though. I've never done anything to you.
I gotta ask Mr. Fisher, when was the last time you were with another woman sexually?
Probably about 2 or 3 weeks ago.
I had no idea.
It's the same woman I told you that's my side piece, and she don't pass this test, so I'm gonna be with.
I don't need you to tell me that you are just openly cheating because of something that happened 20 years ago.
It's well over 20 years ago.
Yeah.
Your Honor,
Hold on. I just want to, and Ms. Fisher, I'm not saying that two wrongs make a right. And so we're here today to find out if you have cheated.
Yes, sir.
That's what we're here for.
That's what I want him to see.
And look at the evidence that we have.
Yes, sir.
About whether you've cheated or not.
Exactly.
We've got the fact that you cheated in the past, but
Right.
you admitted to.
Right.
We've got the 2 a.m. call from your ex, and we've got the scratches on your back. And for all of those reasons, Mr. Fisher believes you're cheating.
No, sir. He'll see today.
This court has done a full and complete investigation. At this time, the court would like to call Tommie Platt, licensed polygraph examiner, to determine, is she cheating? Rob, order in. How are you, sir?
Good, Your Honors.
Could you share for the court record your credentials?
Yes, ma'am. I have over 30 years' experience in the United States military and in law enforcement. I have been a licensed polygraph examiner for over 11 years and conducted nearly 3,000 exams.
Not your first day.
No, ma'am.
You conducted a polygraph examination of Mrs. Fisher.
Yes, ma'am.
She was asked a series of questions.
Yes, ma'am.
You asked Ms. Fisher, since being married to your husband, have you had sexual intercourse with any other man? What was her response to that question?
She stated no.
What did the lie detector determine?
The lie detector determined that she was telling the truth.
Ms. Fisher, you described yourself as a good woman, and, I don't know if I agree with that.
I am a good woman.
I don't know if you're a good woman. You are an incredible woman if you have stayed with him through all this.
I've been through hell.
You've been vindicated. Do you have anything that you want to say to Mr. Fisher?
Yes, sir, I do.
Oh, she got a statement.
Can I approach him?
Okay.
These are for you. For all the cheating, all the hurt, all the lies that you've done to me, all the breakdown that you've done to me, I'm done. I'm good. That's for you. And I want to thank you guys very much for clearing my name. And he had a good woman.
I need to say this to you. I'm glad that you had enough sense of self to say, I ain't got to put up with this.
No, ma'am,
I
I
know who
don't.
I am, and I know whose I am.
Exactly.
Godspeed to your new life.
Thank you.
So,
Mr.
Mr. Fisher, you should be ashamed of yourself. You really should.
I am, y'all.
I mean, seriously, not just lip service. You should actually be ashamed of yourself and should not even be able to look at yourself in the mirror. I don't know how you do it every morning. I don't know.
Mr. Gurich, you and your girlfriend have been together almost a year, and you're living together?
Yes, ma'am.
And what I note from the court file is that there's a 19-year age difference between you and the defendant. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Why do you think your lovely young girlfriend is cheating?
I think she's cheating because she has a tell, as in when she gets mad or she's trying to divert the argument away, she'll throw her hands up and stomp out of the room. It's like a defense mechanism.
So you believe when she does that and stomps out the room, she's not telling the truth?
Very much so.
And does this happen regularly?
Probably every time that we argue.
I am completely honest with him about everything. I have nothing to hide.
Well, he says that you have a tell and that he knows when you're not being honest. So there have at least been a few occasions where you haven't been honest, because otherwise he wouldn't know what your tell is.
I think he's reading my tell wrong. Personally, I throw my hands up and I stomp away because I'm sick of fighting. Why sit there and keep the fight going? Why sit there and try and tell somebody something that they're not believing you about? Why sit there and be told I'm lying when I'm not?
Believe it or not, she starts fights.
She starts fights?
She starts fights just to leave the house. There's this one incident when she came home with a friend and I had some friends over. I go sit out by the garage just to get away from everything, and she comes out and starts bringing up random stupid stuff. I get to the point to where I take off.
Okay.
So I'm gone for a few hours.
And is everybody gone at that point?
Yes.
Okay.
All right.
So she's home by herself.
Right. I take off, and when I come back, can I show you something?
Sure. You have an exhibit?
Yes.
All right, go to the plasma, please.
When I come back, okay, usually she sleeps in a long shirt and shorts or whatever, you know?
Okay.
When I come back, she's wearing this nightie.
Do you guys want to open the door?
Sleeping, and she has no bottoms on.
No, excuse me, I'm going to say something.
Hold on, we'll get to you. She has on a nightie and no underwear.
Yes, ma'am.
And
What time do you come back?
It was about 7 in the morning.
so you've been out overnight,
Not all night.
but it's overnight.
Pretty much, yeah.
Okay, and you come home, does she wear that for you? The blue?
No.
Had you ever
Actually,
seen that
first
before?
Off, that's not
No.
even realistic, okay?
And she's-
I got
Hold
sick.
on,
I have
hold on.
stomach
We
ulcers,
Miss Carter,
and
just
I
Miss
peed on
Carter.
the first thing I found.
Miss
Miss Carter.
Carter, we will give you a chance. We're gonna give you a chance, but we wanna hear his side. You'll get your chance. I promise you.
Then I'll go.
So
like,
when
I'm not
you,
going to sit here
Miss
and
Carter,
be feeling bad.
Miss Carter,
Thank you. Please let me go.
we've told you we're going to give you
you
an
will have your
opportunity
chance. Yeah.
to talk.
Just
But we
hold
have
Give
to
me my
understand-
opportunity now.
No,
Carter. I'm not
we
gonna say
run
be
this
bad like
courtroom.
this.
No, we run this courtroom. Step behind the podium. You will get your chance. We want to hear him. All right. The question that was pending. Have you ever seen that nightie before?
No.
She's never worn that with you.
No.
All right, so you come home. Is she awake? Is she asleep? Where is she?
She's sleeping, and I go into the bathroom, and when I come out, she's waking up.
All right,
Okay.
come back to your podium. Now it's your turn.
Thank you. First off, I needed to do laundry, so I had no clean underwear. So if he actually paid attention, he would have known I had no underwear on in the first nightgown. Second off, I puked on my nightgown. I'm half asleep and it's dark. Okay, I'm not gonna wear a short shirt when I have no underwear on. I'm gonna find something longer. That was the first thing I found that was clean and threw it on and went back to bed.
So you did not put that on for a lover.
No, and I figured, okay, anyone comes to my house, it's gonna be him. So I don't have to worry about anyone else coming and seeing me like that. If anyone sees me like that, it's gonna be him.
Did
What's
you
the big deal?
explain that to your boyfriend?
Several times.
And you didn't believe that?
No. The hands came up, and
After the 5th time, what would you do?
okay.
But you're not buying
She
any
has
of
so
that.
many clothes. There's other incidences too. You know?
All right, I was about to say, do you have something else?
Yeah, we're walking down the back, the
our little back driveway. Okay, there's tall grass, right? Our house is like surrounded by poison oak, you know, like a barrier thing, whatever.
That's quite a barrier.
Well, she comes up with poison oak. Arms, legs, behind, you know? And it's like, how do you get poison oak on your behind if you're not...
So how do you...
Go ahead, you asked him the question.
I couldn't tell you. She said she got it from her mom's cat. What is she doing with the cat?
Okay, wait, before you go there, how do you think she got it? Because you have a thought in your mind. What is that thought?
I think she was playing in the poison oak with someone or something.
Who would go have sex in poison oak, though? That doesn't make sense.
Cutler, I can't...
Now, we've heard, in this court, we've heard about people having sex in strange places. I would grant you that.
Grant?
I don't know that we've heard of anybody having sex in poison oak.
Okay, tell me, what is your testimony regarding the poison oak? How did you get poison oak
The
all
poison
over
oak
you?
originated right here on my arms from holding the cat.
Okay.
Okay, I got fair skin, I get it easy.
Okay.
Also, he's always working like in the weeds in poison oak. He doesn't get it. So I think I either got it from him or the cat. I know I sure in the hell didn't get it from having sex out in poison oak.
Okay, well, let me ask you this. How does it go from your arm to your backside?
I have no idea. Like, honestly.
You
what do you want
have
me to
no
tell you? I
idea
have no
how that
idea. Like, straight
But
up,
do you
I don't.
see-
Sorry.
Do you see why your proposition doesn't sound nearly as logical as his, that you got it because you were laying down in it?
I would have grabbed a blanket or something. I'm not that stupid to go have sex out in the poison oak and, like, come on.
I don't know.
I've lived in the mountains my whole life. Like, I have some common sense. I know how bad I get poison oak. Like,
but
no, why would I go out there? Come on, like, I would go in my car first. Like, seriously, think of something better.
All right, but you don't believe her.
No.
And have you found anything else to make you think your girlfriend is in fact cheating?
There was another incident where I was putting a radio in a car and I was looking for a screwdriver and I looked in the center console and there were like 5 packs of condoms. And she says, oh, those are old. Here, take them. And she gave them to me. I was like, okay, and I just threw them away.
Do you all use condoms?
No.
Okay, Miss Carter, are you riding around town with condoms in your car?
Actually, I was. They were in there from when I first got my car. There was so much stuff in my center console, okay? Like, I would have had to dig to find them, and they were old. If you looked at them, they were expired, okay? That's before I even met him. Like, I'm sorry I don't clean out my center console in my car very much.
Well, you know, it really sounds like you were ready to roll at all times with them in your car.
Well, she did mention that if it wasn't outside with the poison oak, it might be in her car. So is that...
Okay, that does sound pretty bad, but
It
honestly...
does.
Yeah.
Honestly, no, they were expired. They were seriously, like, from when I first got that car. No,
So-
if he would have looked at the date, they were
came with
expired.
the car.
They
They
came
didn't.
with the car.
Fuck.
That's some dealer prep right there.
There you go.
All right, so do you have any other reasons to believe she's cheating?
Can I show you something else?
Absolutely. Step over to the plasma again. He came prepared for court today.
Yeah, got his evidence lined
We
up.
got 2 plasmas. Let's see what you got.
I came home, okay? And we live on a dusty road. It's really dusty. So we're coming down the road. I'm walking up to the door, and something caught my eye on her car.
Okay.
And I look over, and I see handprints on her car. And the fender is all shiny. This is the hood of her car.
That's the top of the car.
Yes.
And then we go down to the
fender.
quarter panel. This part you're saying is clean. I can see a reflection, so you're saying it's clean.
Well, there's a different shot that you can see the handprints better. Yeah, there you go.
Okay, so it looks like you've got some handprints on the top of the car.
Right.
Which you can see in the dust, but on the side of the car, it's
on the fender, it's all shiny.
Clean and shiny.
Yeah.
So that doesn't make sense. Why would the top be dusty and not the side?
Well, she's, you know.
Oh. Are you saying that her body or clothes rub that side
Rubbed
clean?
it clean, yeah.
And then the dust up here is her handprints.
It is.
How do you, I mean, if I saw that, I wouldn't jump to that conclusion.
Okay, well, I had a girlfriend, okay?
Okay.
And this happened to me before.
Okay.
I put her out on the hood, and the hand patterns were the same.
All right, so you've seen this before.
Yes, I've seen it before.
So this isn't speculation on your part. You saw this and you were like, oh, I know what that is.
Yeah.
I recognize that.
Been there, done that.
Okay,
Now you're getting the visual?
I got a visual.
You got the visual.
I want to get it out
The
my head.
hood of the car.
Yeah.
Look,
I'm looking.
Handprints on the car, in the dust, but this part is clean.
I can't.
You can't?
I cannot. All right, thank you so
Mr.
much.
Gurich. All right. Ms. Carter, you've already mentioned that look. I wouldn't go outside with this poison oak. I would do it in my car if I had to.
How do you have handprints on a dusty car, but the side of your car is clean?
I have no idea how the hand marks got on my car. I thought he was talking about like where I had my bags on my car and I grabbed them and like it swished or something. And I walked out and I seen that.
Okay,
and then I said maybe.
You do have to admit that it's odd that the top of your car is dusty and the side of your car is, it's actually got a gleam to it.
And we have Mr. Gurich's near expert testimony that he's seen that pattern before.
And I mean, it's not just one handprint. It's
then
like
maybe it was handprints from him.
Well, that's a good point. Did you have sex on your girlfriend's truck?
That's a no.
All right. So you're saying it's not you?
No, it's not me.
And not anybody you've been with?
And the next day, the hood was cleaned.
Yeah, I washed my car the next day.
All right. So
you got rid of the evidence?
Basically.
You thought?
Actually, I got rid of the accusation and the reminder that it was probably him, some girl on the hood of my car.
So that's what you thought?
I don't know, if someone comes at you accusing you of something and you have no idea and you go out and see that and that's what they're saying it's you doing, what would you expect? How low of a person do you think I am to think I would lie about stuff like that or do something like that to you? Like, how little of me must you think, honestly?
I'm just going off.
You're going off your past experiences. You're not going off anything that I've done.
Past experiences. I've experienced it.
So, Mr. Gurich, you're here to get some answers to questions.
I am.
Ms. Carter, you're here to prove that you haven't done any of these things you're being accused of. Is that correct?
More so prove to him that I have been telling him the truth.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, if it comes out that you are in fact telling the truth, are you willing to move forward with Mr. Gurich?
Absolutely, or I wouldn't be here.
All right.
And to address Mr. Gurich's concerns about your infidelity, Ms. Carter was ordered to take a polygraph examination, and we have those results. Ron, would you please escort certified polygraph examiner Kendall Scholl into the courtroom? Good day, Mr. Scholl. How are you?
Good day, Your Honor. Thank you. Very
good to see you.
Well, I noticed when you walked in that Miss Carter, she looked down, she looked at you, she looked down again. Are you nervous?
Not at all.
So you're ready to do this?
Yeah, I'm a nervous person, but no, not at all.
Mr. Gurich, are you ready for the results either way?
Yes, I am.
All right.
You asked Ms. Carter, on the night Mr. Gurich found you asleep in your lingerie, did you have sexual intercourse with another man? What was her response?
She said no.
What did the lie detector determine?
The lie detector determined that she was being truthful.
Good girl.
All right. You asked Miss Carter, were the handprints that Mr. Gurich found on the hood of the car made by you having sexual intercourse with another man? What was her response?
She said no.
What did the lie detector determine?
The lie detector determined she was being truthful.
You look like I knew this.
Yeah, your expression hasn't changed.
Not at all.
Right?
Mr. Gurich, you looked a little surprised on that
I
one.
am.
But happily surprised, right?
Yes.
All right. One more question.